Hi, I'm Aakanksha Naval-Shetye, and with us on Film from at least is Vicky Kaushal. Hi, Vicky, and congratulations for a movie. And
Thank
are
you,
you ready
Akansha.
to bowl us with yet another fantastic performance?
I have tried my best, but thank you so much for having me over, and a big hi and regards to all your listeners and viewers.
Thank you so much. Vicky, tell us more about Sardar Udham. You have once again kind of completely surprised us, bowled us with your get up, the way you have kind of gotten into the role and you seem to have made it your own once again.
So sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. I really pray that the words remain the same after you watch the film. I've given my best. It was for me once in a lifetime opportunity to play such a part. I think there are so many unsung heroes in our freedom movement that they've sacrificed their lives to for us to live in a free democratic country, and it's important for us to keep those stories alive, keep those legends alive. And this is our small and humble effort to bring such story to the audiences.
Right. So, but what was your reference point? Because, usually what happens when you're preparing for a biopic,
Yeah.
especially. So, how much of Vicky do we get to see in the character that you're
I'm
playing?
sure there will be some shade of that because eventually, whatever character you play, biopic or non-biopic, it comes from you. It's come from within you. So every character would have a shade of you. Somewhere you would connect to some emotions where you'll feel ki, okay, this is similar to where I am, where Vicky Kaushal feels, and how he responds to a situation. So there will be some shades which you will feel that okay, this is इसमें Vicky Kaushal की झलक है, but I have tried my level best to really step into the shoes of a freedom fighter whose ideologies were far bigger than his actions actually.
Right, right. But Vicky, you have been, kind of almost become like a poster boy of, these movies, whether coincidentally or, a choice that you have made. But even in those, in the given parameters you have been doing, they're very different from each other. Like an Udham Singh is different from an Uri that you did, from a Razi that you did, and of course, Sam Manekshaw's movie that will be coming up. So, what is your thought process behind that? Choosing this genre of
See,
movies.
firstly, I think I get very inclined as an audience when I come to know that a film is based on true events. I get very excited to see that film because I get an introduction into a world which I have not lived, and that for me becomes very fascinating. So I think that residue of that excitement kind of falls onto these subjects when I get to hear them as an actor. So I
Mhm.
automatically get very excited about a time like 1930 or 1970s, या जो भी वो time हो. I get very excited. So I think somewhere the origin, the trigger point is that. But eventually, when I hear something, I actually just go by my instinct. I feel if I get triggered by it, affected by it, emotionally attached by it, then I just want to be a part of that story. I don't care if it's the 100th patriotic film I do, but
Right.
but if it's a story that's really touched the chords in my heart, then that's what the
You do
audience
it.
want. I feel they don't care if it's the if like they've watched
You know.
films before or they've seen romantic films like Romeo Juliet. Never old, because
Right.
be it comedy films, we've never said that oh we've done like 100 comedy films. Comedy films, you laugh, you have a good time, you don't mind another comedy film. So similarly, when it's a patriotic film, if it really touches the right chords in your system, then I just don't calculate too much. I just take the plunge and be a part of that story.
Amazing. Is that also been your thought, your process of choosing a movie? Because, unlike a lot of actors who come in as, like larger than life, you came in as an actor and have now established yourself as a bankable star at the box office. There's a certain credibility you have, you're a viable name at the box office. So, how has your choice, your process of choosing roles changed, say, since Masan till now?
Uh, to be honest, Akansha, early on, I was not in a position to choose at all. It's not like in the beginning I had an option ki you have a Singham and you have a Masan, and I chose Masan. You know, nobody, and I was fortunate that Neeraj gave me the opportunity to be a part of Masan. which was a beautiful, beautiful story I felt. And I really thank my stars that I got to start my journey with a film like Masan. I think we were together as a fraternity, as a film industry, and the audiences together. We were going through a beautiful phase where, you know, the lines between parallel cinema and mainstream cinema were blurring. They are really blurred right now, where
True.
people don't mind watching great stories with less popular faces. They really still take those films back home. They appreciate those films. They talk about those films. They Google those actors out, and they really put them on a pedestal. And we are also living in a time where the film could be as mainstream as possible, but if they did not connect with the story, they do not really, they do not really end up celebrating that film. So I think it's become important for us to kind of keep the story the hero of the film, because that's what the people take back home. I just was fortunate to be entering this industry in this beautiful bend that it was not just about how fair you are, how handsome you are, how many abs you have, and it was about the relatability that the audience feel with your performances. And that's what I continue to do, and that's what I try and do, that whatever roles I do, whatever films I pick up, I end up relating more with the audience, with that film and with that character.
Right. But you were fearless when it comes to those choices, like, doing a Man Marziya also. Raman Raghav would have seemed like a risky project at that time,
Yeah.
Uh, but has that kind of changed now that you know that there is a bigger, larger, say, money riding on you? So are your choices affected in those terms? Do you feel that pressure of delivering now?
See, first when Raman Raghav came my way after Masan, I had actually for 8 months not taken a film. After Masan, I got many scripts, but all those scripts were either UP based, Bihar based, where I had to. There was some aspect of Masan in that, and I could see that, okay, I'm getting it probably because people have seen Masan and they feel ki, "Acha yaar, I will be able to play a UP guy, or I will be able to play a Bihari guy." But I wanted to break that. I wanted to break that in the industry. So I was waiting for an opportunity which would be like diametrically opposite to Masan. And that's when I got the opportunity of Raman Raghav. I very well knew that it's a very niche film. It's not for everyone. It's a very dark film. But I wanted to showcase something within the industry people, that, okay, there was a Masan where I was playing a good guy. Now let me attempt a bad guy where it's a fully dark film.
Right.
Okay, if people find credibility in that performance, they would feel ki, acha, if he can do this and that, he might be able to play something in the middle also. And that's exactly what started happening after Raman Raghav. It was a very niche film, but in the industry I started getting job of roles in between these two. uh,
Right.
and after that, that's been my constant quest, that I get to play different parts. I get to grow as an actor myself. I get to work and collaborate with filmmakers who are like, who would get that good work out of me. So that's been my quest, and which will also continue to be so. When it comes to the pressure, I actually organically, thankfully, I don't end up taking any of those pressures. Uh,
Amazing.
it's a very instinctive call. It's a very impulsive call. I hear something, read something, and I feel affected by it. Then I just take the plunge. I don't really, of course, there's a sense of like, I want my producers to earn money. If the film, I am the protagonist, and there's a film and there's a certain kind of expense that has gone into the film, I really want and wish for the producer to earn that money back, and in fact, be in a profitable space always. But I can't, like, you can't perform having that baggage on your shoulders. Once you've set up that film, you just got to remove all those pressures. You just got to do your work honestly, and then after your work is done, then worry about that when the marketing of the film is going on, when the promotion of the film is going.
Yes.
So yeah.
Amazing. But you are in such a like right at the top when it comes to personal life seems to be all set of, but we have a superb lineup of movies coming up. So what has changed for you in terms of would you say success was different back then and success is different now? Would you kind of
No, I
say
think
that
for
it's
me,
getting
what's more
different?
important than success or failure is that how rooted I am to my roots. I want to be connected to my roots all the time, be it my family, my closest friends. That's what matters to me all the time. That's where I find my center. You know, all these things that I'll get. There's a famous poem by Rudyard Kipling called "If," where there's a line which I don't know if I'll be able to quote unquote right now, but there's a line that if you can treat success and failure as imposters, they're actually imposters. Success or
Uh-huh.
you don't I try not to take any of them seriously, not success nor failure. That's when I will be on my center. That's when I'll keep working and keep enjoying the process. So for me, what is important beyond the meaning of success and all of that is to just make sure that I am connected to my roots, which fortunately I am, and that for me is the meaning of success.
Amazing. So Vicky, tell us something. What is Vicky really like when, when he's not being these different characters that we get to see on screen? At one end you are the guy from Uri, on one end you were Masan. So what is a real Vicky like then?
I'm just a regular guy like you, like our viewers. I'm just a regular guy. I live with my family in Mumbai, and just a regular middle class guy.
Okay. And what about your upcoming movies? Which ones are you, like looking
I have
forward to?
finished two films in this year.
Mhm.
Fortunately, they will be out next year, which I won't be able to, talk about because there will be official announcements coming from the producers. The one film that is out already in the public domain is Sam Bahadur, which is based on the life of Sam Manekshaw. It's going to be directed by Meghna Gulzar and produced by Ronnie Screwwala. So, we'll be collaborating with them again. Looking forward to that.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you so much, Vicky, and wish you all the best for all your upcoming projects. And it's been lovely chatting with you.
Lovely
And
chatting with you too. Thank you so much.
and we are thrilled, because it's always great to see a performer of your caliber, bringing it, adding something more each time you come on screen. So
Thank
it's a
you. Thank
treat
you so
for
much.
us.